This drama begins where an iconic battle is held between Wei, Xiao, and a monster. This monster is dominated when he fights with subordinates, but when Wei and Xiao arrive on the battleground, this monster is nothing. With impressive moves, they have knocked down the monster and have gotten a mega-class opus necklace. Others also want to have this necklace and challenge Wei to fight. Wei accepted the challenge. In the loneliness, Xiao notices her behavior for not considering him as a husband. Even though their relationship is 2 years long, his worth is not more than an in-game marriage player. Also, he asks her to meet with him in person, but she thinks it's inappropriate. That's the reason he requested to send her a picture. Before she can answer him, her laptop has blacked out, revealing she is playing a game. The fuse has shut down, so Wei shows her talent in fixing the fuse in a few minutes. Her best friend Erzai is glad because she can now have her noodles. As a best friend, she explained everything to her about Xiao demanding her picture, but she has no thought of sending the picture. Also, she is against shutting down her laptop while talking with him, and it's against manners. After maintenance, she tries to restart her laptop, but it's not working. Just then Erzai blasted her head. She had accidentally dropped her laptop while carrying it home yesterday. Listening to this, she drags him to the fixation shop because she belongs to the computer department. These people can't live without their laptops for a single second. On the way, they also notice the campus basketball championship. These girls are excited to watch the notice board because they think about Xiao Nai. Xiao Nai is godlike and handsome and has extraordinary intelligence in the gaming field. Wei, who hasn't been impressed with anyone, has become his fan because she likes his software. But Erzai is a fan of his beauty and stunning body. Suddenly, they leave their thoughts and return to the maintenance shop. On the other hand, Yiran is also for Ram Stick with her friend. She is the campus beauty who is arrogant. When they ask the owner about purchasing the Ram Stick, he starts plundering money from them. Wei has also arrived there and shown the owner Ram Stick's deficiencies, but he remains obstinate. Also, Wei reminds him that their shop is near King University and what will happen if this new one breaks out. Before creating a mess, Yiran paid the owner by saying she trusted him. In reality, she has gotten jealous of Wei, her opponent in the campus beauty competition. Erzai and Wei are watching at her with an open mouth because they are trying to help her, but she has insulted them. Coming out of the shop, Erzai discloses she is her rival in the competition. She realized she had won only by photoshopping her video, and Wei was lost because her pic was blurred. Otherwise, Wei has unmatched beauty. She keeps everything aside and moves to the internet cafe because today is her duel in the game. Aside from this, Xiao Nai is playing a board game with his uncle, who knows Xiao Nai is planning to start the business. He has offered a gift, and he has won the game. On the other hand, Wei also knocks on the opponents who have dared to fight with her. Also, Xiao Nai has won the game and his uncle offers his place to start the business. But Xiao Nai wants to kickstart his company from scratch. When he comes out of the office, his eyes have caught Wei's game, and a mesmerizing smile appears. Wei has gone after playing and Xiao Nai becomes busy with his uncle. After this, Wei reaches her hostel, and she shares the arrogant behavior of Yiran. She also has planned to fix her laptop by switching the capacitor. Her friends are taken aback because they don't know about this. Even they are fellows and are in the same department. Later, she started writing something in her gaming diary. She wants to bring revolution to the gaming industry and gaming designs. Aside from this, Yiran is inspired by the beauty of Wei, but her friend Nana has started humiliating her. According to her, she is a passerby her beauty, and it brings a smile to Yiran's face. Also, she accuses her of not being an innocent girl because they have seen her coming out of a luxurious car. To confirm this, she asks Guang about the picture, but he pretends that he has already deleted the photo. Yiran has started thinking low about Wei without reaching the truth. Later, Wei fixes her laptop and already book her for future computer-related problems, and Wei gives her a positive response. As the game has turned on, she jumps back to her game, where a monster beats her down. Soon, Shang calls her into the Rock Lives. In reality, he wants to breach the marriage in the game. As compensation, he wants to give her Opus equipment, and she denies having it. So, she moves to Rock Lives to break the marriage. Split the marriage is interesting in the game because a statue weeps, and her tears turn into 2 parts. Each moves to the owner and this marriage shatters. Shang offers her Opus dagger, but she denies having it. After some time, she gathers the herbs when her friend approaches her. Firstly, she confirms the break of their marriage. Later, she reveals that Shang is about to marry the extraordinary beauty of the game, and her name is Yu Yao. She disclosed that Shang is a nice guy, so she hasn't thought he would do such a cheap thing. She is sure that Yu Yao has entrapped Shang and her beauty. Further, she is shocked that everyone thinks she is a guy because she never shares her picture. Wai is astounded to hear this because she never imagined this would be the reason to break the marriage. To watch the marriage, she moves there but must go to the toilet urgently. As a result, people started criticizing Shang for betraying Wai but praising Yu Yao's beauty. Wai doesn't know the comments people are uttering behind her back. Even Shang believes that Wai is only here to ruin his marriage, but she is not doing anything, just watching. They consider this a shock, but she is not here. When she returns, she realizes what she has done. Shang inquires about the reason for coming here, but he calms him down by saying she is here only as a viewer, so he shouldn't worry about her. Now Wai is in a challenging situation and she can't go from here. If she goes, then people would consider her heartbroken. So she diverts everyone's attention by selling out the herbs, allowing Shang to move from here. As he moves, she has finished the business and people move to their business. At this time, Xiaonai calls her. When she reaches him, she realizes it's the number 1 player Xiaonai, and no one has seen him in reality. Xiaonai straightforwardly inquires to marry him. Listening to this, she was stunned because she had never imagined his proposal. Wai inquires about the reason for choosing her for in-game marriage. Xiaonai explains she is the only girl in the 6th rank mastered in the game. Also, a competition will be held, so he needs a partner and Wai is fantastic for this seat. After pondering this, she agrees because there is also a 50% chance of winning with him. She heads to the Rock Lives, but Xiaonai tells her to wait because he wants to have a grand marriage. Aside from this, Xiaonai is smiling because he will marry soon. Just then, Yuban arrives who is exceptionally pleased because he will not be single anymore. But none are interested in him and they are busy with their task. So he has decided to reveal them and has taken the task of fixing the ram stick of campus beauty. Yuban plans to fix her problem and snatch her heart. But Xiaonai, who is younger than them but their leader, raises his hand because he can't help him. When they ask why, he reveals he is not single anymore so he can't meddle in the girl's affairs. They are so excited to know this that they force him to meet with a girl who has stolen their friend's heart. Xiaonai takes them into the game, where Wai is stunned to watch many boys. He introduces them and Wai greets them wholeheartedly. Soon, they recognized her. She was not only Wai, but rank 6 and unmatchable. Also, they know that she is the ex-wife Shang. But Xiaonai defends her and she has trusted the wrong person. So they put this topic aside, check her ability, and they move to the fight. With few moves, they have beaten down and admire the choice of Xiaonai. After saying okay to her spouse, they never forget to invite them to marriage. When they know that their marriage is tomorrow, they are shocked, because tomorrow is their essential meeting. But Xiaonai knows how to handle both tasks magnificently, so they don't need to worry about it. In the class, Wai is pleased watching the phone. Her friend Xiaoling asks the reason, but she doesn't reveal it. Today is also the match of Xiaonai, which is why they are excited and go before the time to take their seats. Wai wants to leave because she has a marriage, but her friends convince her to go with them, and she agrees on one condition, that she will leave early. Aside from this, Xiaonai is getting ready for the meeting. They reach the stadium, where Xiaoling's boyfriend reveals that Xiaonai will not appear. Listening to this, they are in wrath because they are only here to see Xiaonai. Even Xiaoling has mentioned that she is here for Xiaonai, not for him, and they leave here. In the gaming startup meeting, Xiaonai is also in an elegant suit. They encourage Xiaonai for the best, but he is not nervous. Even though there are famous and leading personalities, he is talented and knows how to deal with them. In the stadium, one team member approaches Wai and asks for dinner if he wins. Wai motivates him to win, and her friends tease him for not having a boyfriend. Even though she is a goddess-like beauty, she doesn't bother to make a boyfriend. In the meeting with GE Tech, Xiaonai presented his game in which all attributes are included. This game has no flaws because Xiaonai is perfect in his field. In the stadium everyone is going, but Wai and her friends are motivating them. Aside from this, everyone is impressed with his game and allows him to meet with them and discuss further. Also, Xiaonai is young, but his working ability and talent differentiate him. Later, Wai reaches her hostel room, where Xiaonai's friends are already there. Recently, Xiaonai met up with them, and they moved to the Rock Lives. Many people are there to watch Xiaonai's wedding. These belong to known clans well. Xiaonai and Wai create a bond of marriage in the game, and Xiaonai gifts her an extraordinary opus dagger. In addition, Wai gives him a ring as a dowry and promises to provide him with more. But Xiaonai only wants her, not her dowry. After this, a magnificent wedding ceremony is organized. This ceremony is grand to the Shangs, and people started saying ill about Wai, because they have seen Wai fighting with Xiaonai. so they are considering both have cheated on each other. Xiao ignores their rubbish and accomplishes the ceremony. After that, he takes her to the hot air balloon and shows the game world. Y is pleased with his company and they spend quality time here. After the class, Y takes her friend for lunch and she is busy exploring the thing. In one of the posts, she looks at Y whose face is blurred. The one who has posted is criticizing for doing evil things. He points at the photo of her taking a lift from the luxurious car. Watching Y's bag, she recognized it as Y. Y was also shunned, and her angry mood activated because he posted without knowing the truth. On the other hand, Xiao is in the library where girls are discussing the same issue. Xiao also watches the post and recognizes the bag that belongs to Y. Although he has watched the proof with his eyes, he still knows something is incomplete. He knows Y is innocent. She runs to her room and locates the IP address. The name mentioned is Guang, handsome, and belongs to the foreign department. Zai knows he is not a bad guy. He is just a misconception that she is not a good girl. Knowing this, she rushes to the foreign department to teach him a lesson. Zai also follows her because she can't leave her friend alone in this miserable situation. When she arrives at the foreign department, boys are mesmerized by her beauty. They guided her to Guang, who had recently arrived. Y stands in front of his bike and they start talking. Guang has recognized her, but she is not taking her seriously. Y reprimands him not to post anything until he confirms it. So she shows him a picture of a student whom she taught. Her student has a single parent, and she has dropped her home in her car. But he has misunderstood and taken the wrong idea. Despite watching the photograph, he thinks it's photoshopped and she is just narrating the tale. So she composed the address and asked him to confirm. Also, her student wants to have an English tutor. Now, he is compelled to think, is this girl saying right or not? When she returns, Zai is about to teach him a lesson for not trusting her best friend. But Y diverts her attention to food, which is her weakness. At night, when she is studying, Xiao texts her to meet him at the heavenly place. When she reaches there, the person who has spoken ill about her is bound with a pillar. He asks her to hurt him with her weapon. By considering many weapons, she chooses a dagger that stabs him with her magic. It's draining his power and she will not be tired of it. But she is confused about why he is continuously facing the torture. He should shut down the game. Xiao clears her confusion that he has hacked his system. If he leaves this game, he must play from the start. Also, he plans to heal him when he is about to die. Just then, Xiao gets a call and he moves to take it. In addition, their opponents raise their voices and take the side of the man who insults Y. Y asks them to stay away from this matter. Xiao also arrives to support her. He warns them to stay out of this matter, otherwise, they all will be responsible for their death. Like this video and let me know in the comments if you are excited for part 2.